What if your church website is actually turning visitors away even before they set foot there in person? Today we're going to show you 3 simple fixes that can dramatically increase visitors to your church. Well, hey, my name is Ian Hyatt. I'm the lead consultant here at REACHRIGHT. We've helped thousands of churches over the years, reviewed their websites, dug in deep to what they were doing online, and we've helped hundreds of churches fix these problems to better reach their communities and grow. If this is helping, make sure you subscribe. You'll get weekly updates like this and more help for your church. For years now, your church's website has been the virtual front door, and that still remains, with 80% of people visiting your church's site before they decide to come in person. However, the unfortunate thing is, in the age of social media and apps and everything else we do online, a lot of churches have abandoned their website and just treat it like a bulletin board that's static and out of date. The fact of the matter is still, people that are looking for a church for the first time will get on there and they'll decide within seconds if they even want to pursue your church further. So that being said, a bad website, it will cost you first-time visitors. So here's mistake number 1, a confusing or busy navigation. So is your website making it difficult for visitors to find service times, next steps, what to expect if they show up on a Sunday? So thing number 1 is you need to have a clear plan your visit page. You could call it I'm New or Visit Us as well, but this page needs to be very visible within your church's navigation, and it needs to be above the fold, as the saying goes. Another thing we often see on a lot of churches' websites is there's like 9 different pages or headings in the main navigation. That's too much. You want to limit it to between 5 and 7, and this can be done more easily than you think, even if you have a lot of content, because most people are looking for something that's one click away from their smartphone, and they can thumb down and scroll to get more content once they're on that page. Step number 3 to your navigation would be making sure it's mobile intuitive. It's really not just enough to have a mobile responsive website these days. Pretty much every church has that now. When they get a theme or something, it's going to come up there, but it still can be busy. It needs to be intuitive, again, simple, one click away, above the fold, very visible. We saw one church recently increase their visitor follow-through on their site by 40% by fixing their navigation. That's a big difference in converting first-time visitors. But one thing to keep in mind, even if your navigation is more simple and organized, if your site looks like it's from 2007, it's not going to make a difference. All right, mistake number 2, an out-of-date or unattractive design. Yes, it's still important for your site to look very good, and you want it to promote a spirit of excellence for sure. Now, we're not talking about looking like something that you're not or not being authentic, but you need to make sure you're using really good, real photos of your church's actual people, and make sure these photos are as candid and authentic as possible, meaning don't line everyone up in front of the church and take a photo with everyone smiling. Very cheesy, comes off as disingenuous. But rather, catch people caught in the act of living out your values at the church. Get things happening during the Sunday morning experience, handshakes at the front door, people being greeted, hugged, the preaching, baptisms, kids, youth, having a good time throughout the Sunday services or even throughout the week. The other thing is you want to stick with modern fonts, have clean, clear spacing in between fonts and sections, and have a nice light color palette. And again, we covered this a little bit with your navigation, but make sure the overall design and style of the site is mobile friendly as someone's browsing through on their smartphone. Quick example, we recently helped a church by using Canva and a WordPress theme reduce their bounce rate, which means people getting to their site and leaving right away, by 32%. So think about that, 32% of people actually now deciding to stick around and check out your site and your church further. All right, now this last mistake really hurts your church's momentum. You'll hear us say this a lot at REACHRIGHT, you always gotta have a clear call to action. So not having clear calls to action is really hurting your church's website's potential. We talked about having a plan your visit or an I'm New page in your navigation, but on every page there needs to be another call to action to take a next step. plan a visit. Whatever that page is and the content on there, a relevant call to action for someone to get in touch or go further with what you're wanting them to do. Use a simple connection form. Don't make people leave their social security or phone number necessarily all the time, but just a connect card where they do their name and their email, maybe one other item of detail to get in touch with your church. And this other step has been tried and true for a while now, and that's having a welcome video from the pastor, 60 to 90 seconds. Again, still people will stay at a church because the connection that they feel with the pastor, his teaching, inviting people to the church, maybe casting a little bit of vision out there, talking a little bit about ministries, but keep it brief and really engaging to visitors and welcoming, of course. Most of these tools and these things we're talking about are free. We can get you some resources. Speaking of free resources, we offer a free online marketing review where we comb over your church's website and more to uncover where you may be hurting yourself and to give you great tips on how to get better here with your website and your whole online presence. And that, of course, is also on our website at REACHRIGHTstudios.com. So let's wrap up with what you could do with your website this week to make it more engaging and successful. Again, we said fix your navigation, refresh the design look and feel, and add clear calls to action. And by the way, speaking of church growth and reaching more first-time visitors, because your website is just the first step, so you're not going to want to miss this. You need to watch this next video.